Alright. It's Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. And welcome to the stream. This is Angela R. Sasser. I'm here today to work on this sticker design you see before you. And before I begin, you can find more of my work at angelasasser.com. I'm going to put that in the chat. My main site, angelasasser.com. Sorry I'm a little late today. It's been a sluggish Monday where I just want to relax. Oof. I'm ready for vacation, which is coming soon, because I always like to take a little time after big projects like Kickstarters and whatnot. They take a lot of energy to maintain, and I honestly haven't had a proper vacation in a while, so we're overdue. It is time. I know for my fans who've been around for a while, they're like, yes, Angela, you've been saying you're going on a vacation for a while now. You should do that. It's gonna happen. But anyways, the goal of today's stream is to get this gal to this stage right here where she's all colored and shaded. These sticker designs were inspired by my Birthstone series called the Birthstone Goddesses. And they also have their own page which you can explore online, which I'm also putting in the chat. So the last stream I went and put in all of these color flats and also colorized the lines here to give us that interesting visual variation in the lines and also mimic the Art Nouveau style, which these were inspired by. And real quick, this is the Gem Goddesses website, Birthstone Goddesses website, where you can go and explore the galleries for each lady and also read about her symbolism and whatnot, because there are a lot of stories and symbolism. Each one is for a month, so we have Lady of November is being worked on today. She's the month of November, of course, which has the birth flower of the chrysanthemum and the birthstone of the topaz. So we're gonna copy this and bring this into Photoshop for inspiration. Or not. Copy paste fail. Because it is Monday. I kind of blame getting back into video games for my sluggishness too, because I've just had a taste of what it's like to relax and kill some monsters in Monster Hunter, and I'm just like, I've been bitten by the bug again. Now I just want to relax and go kill big monsters. But alas, we will have to do some work first before we reward ourselves with video games. So, real fast update for those who are keeping up with the Kickstarter that I've been running, that I've been talking about. We are 100% funded, and gosh, more than that, we're at 2,800, which means I have unlocked stickers. So everyone who's getting a physical reward is going to get also these lovely stickers right here, the pin designs. We're very close to the second one where these little stickers that were gonna originally be just for, well, they weren't gonna be just for patrons, but they were gonna be initially sent out to patrons, but they will also be sent out to people who are on the Kickstarter as well if we unlock the second goal here. So we're only a couple hundred away from that. We'll see if we make it to the nice limited edition ones. That'd be pretty swanky. We got the rest of this week to do it, so maybe we will. That'd be pretty magical. And then I'm gonna sleep for like a whole week and then get back to it. Anyways, let's get some painting done. Oh, I might as well put this in the chat too for those who might be new and are curious about the Kickstarter. So these pins are inspired by the same Barcelona series I'm working on today. And there'll be a whole set of them. But this is the first one that features the summer gals, which are June, July, and August. Anyways, enough about them. Let's make a sticker. I've also got the Final Fantasy bug again since Shadowbringers came out. Even though I'm still way back in like the beginning, early campaign. Where'd my stylus go? Oh no, stylus, where did you go? Oh, there it is. This is what I get for rearranging. I lose things. Hey, Steiny. Welcome to the chat. Oh, hey, Echo. I haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, Shadowbringers is pretty cool. I'm nowhere near being able to start the expansion, but I've just been keeping up with it with the husband, and because he's way into it. I'm at the end of Realm Reborn, about to go into all the cool stuff that happens in Heavensward, which I know a little about, but I've been kind of like avoiding major spoilers. Man, I swear that all of Realm Reborn has been like a build up to everything that's about to go down in Heavensward. So I'm intrigued. Well, hey, it's good to have you in the chat. We have good memories together of getting through Hellblade. I gotta stream games again sometime. That would be actually kind of fun. Who knew there were so many Final Fantasy players in my feed here? That's pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to the Stormblood expansion too, if only because the aesthetic of that area is so cool, so pretty. And some of the fights look really unique. Let's see, just thinking of where I want the light to come from. I seem to be favoring a kind of spotlighting on the face, or it comes from above and sort of in front. So we'll keep with that same theme, since it has that dramatic shadow under the neck that helps. Oh, let's put our brush transfer on. Yeah, we get this nice dramatic shadow under the neck, and just helps everything read clearly. And yeah, I've heard about those pacing issues with Stormblood, so I'm kind of bracing myself for when I'm finally ready for it. And my husband has been playing We Fall, the boss music for Shadowbringers, like non-stop. Oh, I can't even blame him though, because it's a pretty epic song. Alright, and now to drop out the nose, since we don't need her nose. We're getting rid of noses, like here. You know, I forgot to do the gradient fill on the last couple of ladies. I need to go back and do that. Whoops. Let's see. It's like a barely noticeable lighting switch that the gradient fill does, but it ends up being a nice subtle effect that I like to have. Goodbye, nose. Yeah, just the soundtrack for Final Fantasy in general is a big or Final Fantasy 14 has been a big surprise. It's blending. Soften up some of this stuff. Hopefully we won't get a crash today. The past few streams I've crashed at least once. My computer's getting a little long in the tooth. But we're gonna upgrade it soon, and hopefully we won't have any more issues. Yeah, it's the song you were talking about in the Discord chat, I think. I'm kind of disappointed in the music for Shiva so far too. She's like my favorite summons. So I wasn't digging the like kind of pop rock mood for her. It feels like she should have something more reverent. But what can you do? Leviathan was a strange choice too, but I have to admit, even though I didn't like that song, I got Leviathan stuck in my head for way too long. Music spoilers. What is this line? Oh. Yeah, I guess no soundtrack is perfect. Butt rock is the best word ever, by the way. If you guys want some great video game music, I was just reminded that the music of the game Nier is amazing. And I knew it was amazing before, but I was just reminded because a friend was asking about the game this weekend, and it just had me remembering how freaking awesome and emotional it is. And just kind of surreal at the same time. It's like, it's just gorgeous music, and y'all should watch it or listen to it. Like, don't even play the game. I mean, play the game if you want, but you don't even have to play the game to enjoy the emotional resonance of Nier. It's just that well done. Even though, like, currently I'm listening to, Thronebreaker still, I'm like, kind of obsessed. Got you guys on the royalty-free music so we don't get the copyright strikes. Yeah, I can see that emotional tangential relation between Nier and Shadowbringers. It feels like the same mood or something. Oh, I have so much material to play to before I can get into Shadowbringers, but I refuse to skip. I want to get through Heaven's Ward, at least. That's right, there's a crossover, isn't there? I almost forgot. Which is super cool. I love that Nier is getting so much love thanks to Automata. Automata's, I think, really got people re-interested in that franchise. Art brain moment while I try to render these shadows. Grab her hand. I'm catching all the places I messed up the line coloration. That probably no one else will notice when I print the stickers, but I'm gonna try and fix them anyway. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good Monday. I'm in a good mood. I got to play D&D with my friends, and that always puts me in a good mood. D&D's a nice stress reliever when you're working hard. So it lets me play with making characters, which is something I love to do. I can just sit there and make characters all day and make sad backstories for them. Sad backstories. I also get to play like a meathead. I call her a meathead, but she's not that dumb. She's only got an intelligence of like 10, which is average person intelligence. But I say meathead in comparison to some of my other characters who are like Warlock, savvy kind of characters. So it's kind of a nice break to just play a fighty person. My blood hunter is just there to kick butt and kill some monsters and get drunk. There's something about revenge and yada yada, but you know. For the most part, she's there to get drunk. Which started out as a joke character of what if Red Riding Hood were just a monster. If she became a monster hunter because of the terrible fairy tale thing that happened to her. And I really like that angle. I've been pretty much running away from it. I lost the layer. Where's the layer? There it is. Slow Mondays, y'all. And what's even greater about her, she's gonna end up probably becoming a werewolf. With that whole, get strong enough to beat them by becoming them. She did not cut her granny out of the wolf. In this version of Red Riding Hood tale, a werewolf ate her parents and her grandmother survived. And her grandmother's kind of this badass lady too. She's not quite a fighter, but she's the only person Red will not curse around, despite knowing how to wield a great axe. She's a tough old granny. Tough old bird. So she's basically wandering the countryside, having self-taught herself how to fight werewolves and being kind of on her own in that endeavor until her pure recklessness and bravery caught the attention of the blood hunters, and they decided, hey, we'll give this crazy chick a chance. Now, didn't they sew stones into the wolf in the original story? I think it was like the hunter cut them out, like the grandma and the Red Riding Hood, and then put the stones in there, and then the wolf sank. Depending on what version you read, I think there's some crazy variations on that. But that's the one I remember. Red Riding Hood's always been one of my favorite story tales. Wow. Fairy tales. My mother used to tell me that story with this doll that it was this beautiful doll. I think she got it in Germany, actually, 'cause she used to live in Germany when she was a kid as well. And this doll had Red Riding Hood on the top side, and she had a big flowing skirt. And then when you relate the tale using the doll as a visual aid, you would flip the doll over, turn the skirt over, and there's Grandma on the other side of the doll. But Grandma wears a bonnet, and when you get to the part with the wolf in Grandma's clothing, you turn the bonnet over Grandmother's face, and sewn into the back of the head is the wolf's face. And that's how I learned that fairy tale about Red Riding Hood is from this doll that my mom used to tell it to me from. I wonder where that doll is. It was such a cool doll. I hope we still have it somewhere. Maybe this hand would be in shadow. Maybe not. Undo. A wolf and baby goat. I'm trying to think now. I'm pretty sure my parents told me the sanitized version though. See, now when I see my mother next, I'll have to ask her, remember that creepy doll you used to read to me with? Or not read, but like retell the story. See if she still has it. Huh. I wonder if that's the version I'm thinking of with the stones in the belly was like some kind of combined version. It's interesting to see how these tales get kind of passed around in different storytellers and then merged or changed. Okay, hair. Let's do the hair next. Get her up for a reference. She's got super shiny blue hair. That should be fun. Yeah, the two-headed part of the doll is pretty creepy now that I relate that to another person. But at least one of the heads is always covered by the bonnet, so yeah. Yeah, Mom was a military brat as well, so we both got to hear some interesting stories. She wasn't too young, she wasn't like a small child over there, but we were both like old enough to appreciate some things. Still need to go to Germany again and be able to appreciate it as an older adult. Take you up on that beer and bread, Sandy. But yeah, I'm loving being the warrior type. Our adventure left off at this cliffhanger where the city bells are ringing and the goblins are raiding, because the goblins have been kidnapping children, and we have to get to the bottom of the mystery of why they're kidnapping children and worshipping someone called the Wretched Lady. So GM's done a really good job of making this cliffhanger, and I'm like, nah, I want to know what happens. And also my character got her ass totally beat. She decided to take on a barbarian unarmed one-on-one because she wanted to test her skills, and she failed that test horribly. So I feel like in the next game that we play, she's gotta redeem herself. I gotta redeem that ass whooping. Just wait till she gets an axe back in her hand. She's gonna lay the beat down. Or I'm gonna probably knock myself unconscious doing too many blood curses with Bloodhunter, because I still don't know how to play them very well. Wait, how are goblins made in D&D? I don't actually know. Do they make them from babies? They don't have a goblin stork? I feel like my character should know. Oh, Echo, my husband, who was the DM of our last campaign, actually used Final Fantasy XIV archetypes in his adventure because a very industrious player did some homebrew sheets of all the classes in 14 as D&D stuff. Rules, whatever. It was pretty cool. I'll have to see... I'm not sure where he got them from, but I bet you can find it if you look it up on the internet. And they're very cool. Like, they got the ability and the abilities of the archetypes and the flavor of it down. It was very cool. Yeah, sure, I can ask him, because I think you guys have each other's names, so I'll poke him and be like, where that stuff at? Where are them sheets at? But they really were cool. He kind of took them and sort of mixed and matched their abilities to homebrew some interesting stuff in his game. Let's see, where do we want shadows? Probably shadow here. I feel like her back arm would be in shadow because it's sort of covered by the veil, this giant veil she's got going. Oh yes, please do nerd out with my husband, because my nerd out is not strong enough. My Final Fantasy nerd is not strong enough since I haven't beaten the main, like, Heavensward yet. So I'm sure he'd be happy to nerd out about the music and everything else. He's patiently waiting for me to get through the plotline. But I know it's gotta be torturous for me to be like, I suspect this character is this, and he's like, yes, I will not spoil anything. He's trying not to spoil my experience, and I know it's hard. Oh, he hasn't even started Shadowbringers yet? He's still leveling the brain. See, my brain's trying to figure out these shadows. He is still leveling Gunbreaker. Yeah. So he's trying to get that to 60. Not 60. Did he start off earlier? I don't know. He's trying to level, I think, Gunbreaker so he can then start on Shadowbringers. Yeah, I don't think I could tank either. Like, I'm a lazy-ass DPS. I'd rather just, like, I'd rather just be lazy and damage the thing. He does White Mage, or, actually no, he does Astrologian? Astrologian? I'm not sure how you say it. He does healer and tank, which I'm like, nah. But then healers get a unicorn. I want a unicorn, but I am not. I don't want to go through all that effort. Yeah, I'm a red mage, y'all. I like the magic. I like fancy clothing. And a sword that turns into a wand. I am fly. That's pretty much what I care about, is looking really good. But I am going dancer, probably. We'll see how much I like it. I've always loved the aesthetic of dancer, so if it isn't too hard to play, we'll see. I hear it's pretty challenging. But it's so dang pretty. Even your charge up meter is like that pretty peacock fan, and I'm like, ooh. So Raja Silvertongue's career as Cinnamon Silvertongue will, Cinnamon Silvertongue the dancer will start shortly. I even like the male dancer aesthetics, kind of like piratey. My character is male. Oh, cool. I need to catch up. This veil is way too fun to paint. I need to stop noodling with it because it is so fun to paint. Let's paint the veil underside. That'll help all of these shadows kind of fall in once I have an idea of what the values are going to be like in this big area behind her. So let's do it. Veil underside. So it's all going to be in shadow, but let's see if I can get some various grades of shadow to imply that there's some flowing cloth behind her. Yeah, I like that with Red Mage I can maybe throw out a raise or a heal, a cure. It's shitty cure, but a cure nonetheless. If I need to. The utility is nice. And like I said, I'm just so fly looking. Now the only thing about this is the trim is starting to get lost, so I may lighten up her veil trim. Or we'll lighten up the shadow here. Let's see. Let's lighten it up. Exact same color. One of these days I'll probably do some Final Fantasy XIV fan art. One of these days. Might be something I can come back and play with on the stream. Since I need something to do once these sticker designs are all done. I will probably, once the design set, or this whole sticker set is done, I will probably take a short break from streaming while I try to plan and see, you know, what I can do with that time, come up with a little plan here, and also enjoy a vacation, because I just really fail at having taken vacations, and I need to try and get a serious one in. So, we'll see how that goes. What am I doing? That's not the trim. So the husband is playing an interesting character in our D&D game too. He is a half-elf blade singer who hates elves because his mother, who's human, was abandoned by his elvish father. So he has like some major self-loathing going on. And he also lost an arm to this mercenary band he joined, which he didn't realize were evil, but eventually when their crimes started to escalate, he stood up against them, and in the fight he lost his arm. So he's currently learning how to cast spells with one arm, which means he can't do somatic spells unless I think he takes a feat where he learns how to do that. Or I think he and the DM are working on ways that his character can still cast spells. But he's going to be a blade singer once he reaches level 2. So we'll see how that goes down. If we all live long enough, like, Ren will be a werewolf when it comes to level 3. Unless something changes her mind about joining the Order of the Lycan. Okay, I think I can dig. Maybe I can lighten the trim up just a hair. No, that hurts. Sienna's Final Fantasy talks make me want to go and play Final Fantasy and Monster Hunter. Just tweaking colors because I'm deciding whether I want the trim and the underveil, the underside of that veil, to be the same color. Maybe this can be just a touch darker. Though, now that I see it in action, I don't actually like it darker, so... I'll just leave it that is. Wait, this is... The trim is slightly darker. That works. Control S, Control S. If we crash today, I will have saved at least. These flowers up here. You know what? I forgot to colorize the lines on them. How did that pass inspection last time? It's all good. I was tired last stream too, which is why I did a voice only stream. And sometimes I'm just like too tired to chat on the mic and multitask, trying to color at the same time. Not enough bandwidth. And hey Saitine, it's always good to see you. Adventuring party in D&D is also joined by a very polite elven ranger, which is funny because our player who plays her is coming off of being a really charismatic bard who was she was so charismatic she was able to convince the final boss of our last campaign to just wish themselves out of existence because she critical rolled 3 times in a row and managed to do that. But now she's not so charismatic and she can't talk her way out of fights like that, so we're all playing different characters, and it's gonna be funny to see how we all adapt our playstyles to these new characters. are definitely more hardcore, war-torn individuals. Like half the party are war vets from this dwarf-orc war. Even though my girl's from the country, she's not been in a war, but she's had some bad stuff happen, like the werewolf eating her parents. Which is kind of funny. It's like, a werewolf ate me parents. It's just a funny thing to try and explain to someone. But I guess in a fantasy world it is not funny. It'll be interesting to see how she learns from all these veterans, like, you know, what's important in life and all that stuff. She's kind of a youngin'. She's there to train and learn how to fight and be badass so she can hunt werewolves. So not as altruistic, maybe. Other than that, she does want to hunt to protect innocent people as well. But for the most part, she's trying to be a badass. Anyways, I haven't stopped gushing about my D&D character. But you guys will probably see a lot of art of her online because I always get this new character moonlighting phase where I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna draw her all the time. And write short stories that I'm never gonna finish. Still gotta finish my Exalted short stories. Even though that one's so far beyond a short story now, it might as well be a novel. Wow, are we already done with the figure just about? You have the sashes, that's right. Otherwise, there's not much else to report from this weekend. I reached Hunter rank 50 in Monster Hunter, and that's a big deal. That's when you finally take off the training wheels and you gotta put on your big kid pants and really play more precisely. Because you can kind of make mistakes when you're lower rank, but then once you get to higher rank, things will just one-shot you if you're not careful. But I'm kind of loving it. There's a really cool Final Fantasy crossover where you get to fight Behemoth, and it's cool. You have to actually, they added MMO mechanics like aggro and stuff to the fight. I still haven't beaten it, but I'm gonna. Yeah, that was the crossover when they did the Rathian raid. I'm curious to play that. See how they converted some of the Monster Hunter mechanics over to Final Fantasy. Which you'll either love or hate, I imagine. Smooth out some of these shadows. that's interesting. No healing. If I keep smudging, I'm gonna crash my computer. You can do it! I believe in you, computer. I'm just thinking that her sleeve would have a little highlighting there, like her arms coming out from beneath the veil. I'm honestly not sure what is making my computer struggle lately, because it has like 32 gigabytes of RAM and enough hard drive space, and but I think what it is, I think what Kevin mentioned it was, is that the processor is 5 years old now. So it's served its time well. But it's time to get something that can handle a bit more of what Photoshop's putting out. It doesn't slow down too much unless I smudge, but smudging is how I blend, so yeah, 5-year-old 5-year-old processor will do it, right? Especially when Photoshop's updating. Since I have CC, Photoshop is updating all the time now to more advanced standards. Which is good, but then, you know, you've got to... I'm not sure how much Photoshop scales, but then you kind of have to be more mindful of what your CPU can handle. I think that, yeah, putting shadow cutting across there would be good. That way her veil is casting a shadow there across her shoulder. Oh, I was wondering when our stretch break friend would interrupt. Curse you, light bulb! You're too happy. But stretching is good for me. Everybody's strange. stretching fun? But I know I feel it later if I don't. So. Can't treat my body like crap anymore. Yeah, it's a free program if you ever want to get it. It measures the time that you're on the computer and tells you to take a break. So it's called WorkRave. Let me put a link to it in the chat. WorkRave.org, I believe. Yeah, it only measures your time on the computer. And then if you need something for off the computer, the Pomodoro timer is a really good thing to get. There are a lot of phone apps for it. I think mine's called like Focus Keeper or something. Oh yeah, I guess they won't let you put any software on the work computer. You work there. But maybe you can get something on your phone that can like vibrate your phone without interrupting work. Yeah, phone app might do the trick for you. Yeah. Papa was actually a question from YouTube I'll have to go answer later that was asking about what adhesive do I use for the gold leaf originals I've been doing. Which I can't remember if I showed that off today, so let me show that off real fast. So the August lady that you see her little sticker here, I just made an original with her that went up on my Kickstarter today. So, yeah. Anyone who wants to collect her, it's a 5x7 original that I went in and did all little gold leafing with 23 karat gold. And I used a set that I got off Amazon that had the sizing, the primer, and the real gold sheets all in one big bundle, and you can buy refill gold sheets, but I honestly can't remember what brands they were without looking it up. Just in case the YouTube person who commented ever catches this live broadcast, I guess. I keep noodling with the dress because it's just fun to shade. Noodle. But yeah, gold leaf just makes anything look classic. It looks classy when you add that little touch of shine to it. Oh, my music stopped. Where did the music at? There we go. Yay, this is coming along good. I am happy so far. trying to decide if I want the butterflies to glow. Or would that be too weird? I definitely am gonna make this lantern have a little glow through the window here. Probably the same effect I used on the lanterns in August. But yeah, I can't believe it's the year is going by so fast. And pretty soon I'll be at Dragon Con in September. And I gotta get started on that soon, so I'm just like, vacation when? The planned vacation right now is after Dragon Con, so I just gotta make it past Dragon Con. Which shouldn't be too hard, because it's like just sort of organizing all this work from the ladies and making them look nice in a booth. So I can do it. I got this. I don't have to draw too much new work for it, I don't think. If any new work at all. Other than maybe jazzing up some mats so that the mats can have some matted prints can have some nice drawings on the mats. I'm gonna try not to go too crazy because I have a bad habit of getting way too ambitious for convention displays and then stressing myself out trying to make them look nice and be the best display ever. And yes, I'd be surprised if I don't go floaty butterfly or glowy floaty butterfly. I mean, it's just kind of a... Those who know me know I'm a magpie, so I don't think I can resist putting the floaty, glowy butterflies in here. We'll try it out and see if it ends up being too overwhelming. And I'm trying to remember here that the light's coming from inside the lantern, so it's going to be casting a lot of this in shadow. At least in this front panel. Though back to the gold leaf. I think with the gold leaf... Oh, what's going on? Oh, there. Okay, my music's still going. Oh, computer. Hang in there, computer. An upgrade's coming soon. But yes, what was I saying? Gold leaf, yes. I actually think the gold leaf sets that I get, the sizing is really lumpy. So I think it's meant more for doing 3D stuff and not quite 2D stuff. So I'd say there's some thinner sizing you can buy to put down before you add the gold leaf, and Stephanie Pullman Law has some great resources on that. So if anyone else is interested in like doing gold leaf accenting on their stuff, check out Stephanie Pullman Law's resources. I think you check her stuff out at Shadowscapes. So I need to try that thinner sizing. It seems like it'll work a lot better than what I'm using. Okay, we're almost done. Not even sure I really want to put an awful lot of shading on these butterflies. Get back to the... Hey, Aiden! Oh, it's good to see you in the chat. Working on anything fun? I usually ask that at the beginning, but then I got carried away with Final Fantasy talk. Cool, you've gotten really good at that Darkest Dungeon style. Always happy to see more artists and art happening in the feed. Wow, how long does a quilt take you, Echo? Quilting is intense work from the little bit of research I've done on it. First time. That ought to be fun. Get these sashes before I forget about them. Yay, Mikote! Did you ever figure out how to cut out your fabric without taking up a whole lot of space? Although I guess he did if he posted the work in progress. I've actually been vaguely tempted to cosplay some Monster Hunter myself, because the Kolve Torath armor is this beautiful gold filigree and leather, and that's just so up my alley. And then there's a couple of other armor sets that are just like so cosplayable. But that's gonna be a long-term thing. Like that is not happening for DragonCon this year. Got too much to figure out. Excuse me. Wait, what am I doing? What am I hiding? I think I lost track of chat for a minute, so I'm not sure what you're referring to, Echo. Could you rephrase the question? Oh no, I have a Patreon Discord channel server. It's like for my Patreon patrons. So that's probably what I was referring to. A mini servers. Yes, it is open to everyone. Like, it's open to the public, sort of, in that the public can come in and see some of the art sharing channels and whatnot. But there's a little private section on it just for patrons who are like $1 or more. It's a pretty, it's a pretty low barrier to entry. But yes, we would love to have you there. And the other thing is that public members can only read, they can't actually message. And yes, they're an awesome, friendly bunch, which a lot of the people in the chat right now are, well, Sunny in the chat right now and Aiden in the chat right now are patrons. Much love to you, fam. Okay, I need to stop avoiding the butterflies. They're scaring me. The butterflies are scaring me, you guys. I'm gonna leave them for last. We got sashes. There are still sashes here to paint. I never even finished the lips either. Artsy bunch in there. We've got writers, we've got cosplayers, a lot of exalted folks in there too, which is lovely. It's funny how many tabletop fans that are in there too. Like, I never realized I had such a crossover, but I guess because I'm a big geek for that too. I heard a noise. I wonder if that means something happened. Hooray! There was a noise on the stream. Thank you. I think that means that there was a donation. Thank you. I'm still learning what all my notifications mean. Like, I managed to get the overlays on this stream, but I'm still learning what they all mean. Hopefully a cute animation played. Cool, it's always interesting to hear how people discovered my art. Oh, you resubbed. Okay, that was the noise. I think all the notification noises are the same, so I'm never quite sure which one is happening. Thank you for the resub. Now let's see how long I can justifiably ignore the butterflies, because they scare me. Yeah, it's pretty cool that you can sub for free with Amazon Prime. Just random perks I never knew existed. I have not added shadow for the trim flowers. So many little details in this outfit that I forgot about. It's funny seeing that butterfly symbolism snuck into this gal's outfit as well. And this was a totally unintentional. It was one of those things that happened and I was like, oh, I love it when that happens. So she's got this kind of flare from her veil that looks like the shape of a butterfly. And then these little markings on the trim that look like the eye markings on the bottom of some butterflies. Totally not planned that way. I just wanted to go fortune teller with her. She has the whole fortune teller aesthetic. Since I was going with the theme of a spirit medium, and that just seemed to work. Randomly, I was thinking one idea for my Wednesday stream time, even though I know it's a little too late for my overseas folks. But I wanted to maybe start streaming games again. Maybe I could stream some fun stuff like Telltale games where you're basically choosing your own adventure. Because I've still not gone through A Wolf Among Us with the ... dialogue option just all the time. Silent Wolf playthrough, and I've been meaning to do that, so maybe that's something fun I could play, especially since Telltale Games has gone under, so I'm not sure how long people will know about their games, especially awesome ones like A Wolf Among Us. Or is it The Wolf Among Us? It's either A or the. Either way, it is a very cool game, and more people should learn about it. So perhaps more games will show up. Even though I am not the best, most skilled gamer. But that's part of the fun. Come see me suck at puzzles like I did in Hellblade. Oh, it's Monday. I cannot be yawning already. Maybe it's because it's Monday I am yawning. This sleeve to stand out more from this background bit, so we're going to darken this area around it. Just because I want it to be more readable from far away. And especially since these are sticker designs, so readability is important when you're going to have something that's going to be printed on a smaller scale like this. And so I'm trying to maintain a good balance between complicated and simple. Not sure how successful I am with that, but I am trying to keep larger value shapes in mind when I color these. Sashes. Though being right here in the core of her body, where she's sort of bent over, they'll probably be mostly in shadow. Questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Give me something to ramble about. Always happy to share what I know. To add some highlights in the hair because she has that sparkly, bright, undead person hair, I guess. I don't know, I just like the way that those highlights, the specular highlights, look in her original design. They worked well there. Bet I couldn't show off more of these little tassels. Tassels are really fun to draw. Other games I'd love to stream would be if I can figure out how to make Fatal Frame on the Wii U streamable. I would love to stream the next Fatal Frame, especially for Psyche, because that was one thing we really enjoyed doing together. I would just play Fatal Frame in her room. Which I still find ironic, because you're not big in horror, but you'll certainly watch me run around like a chicken with its head cut off. Which I guess turns into more comedy. But yeah, I totally want to do that again. I'm still working with Kev to figure out how we can get the Wii U working with the stream, because that would be awesome. The water imagery in Fatal Frame 5? Yeah, 5 is really cool. Schadenfreude. Yeah, I've heard of that before. It's a lot easier when someone else is at the controls. See, like, I can do Fatal Frame, but I can't do Outlast. Oh, that game just made me a nervous wreck. And Fatal Frame makes me nervous in this whole different way. It's hard to explain. Like, Fatal Frame, I think, is more about, you're not gonna get caught and have a grisly death, whereas Outlast is like, you're surrounded by a constant threat of violence. Fatal Frame, you're just gonna see some messed up shit, and, but maybe you're not gonna get, like, chainsaw in the back or anything. Because I'm much more about, like, the psychological horror than the gory horror. No, it's Milaire's. Nice. There we go. No, Nicholas. Alright, we gotta find these hair ribbons. We need just a touch of shadow on them. So they're gonna be shiny too, like her hair. Yay, it's highlight finally. Always one of the most fun parts of the picture that I look forward to doing. I'm gonna go mute for a second and I'll be right back. Nature calls. I'm back. Hope everyone behaved while I was away. We've had worse interruptions, like the time the tornado had me running to the basement. I'm still waiting for that to happen again because the weather has gotten crazy again. A freaking hurricane coming out of the Gulf, which I don't think that's gonna affect us very much, other than sending some bad rain coming across the area. So. But I'm waiting for it. September, getting closer to September is where we tend to get like the super bad weather here. She has very glossy lips too. It's dead lady chic. Cleaning up some of these lines that have little itty bitty corners. Never fails. That is the downside of coloring with the magic wand tool. You always miss the corners. Oh wow, is it actually sucking in the rain? That's crazy. Sucking said, News said the hurricane was keeping it from being rainy here. Or is it like a low pressure area that's kind of disrupting the usual flow of things? It's kind of crazy how wide of an area the hurricanes can affect. It's kind of fascinating at the same time. I always thought in another life I would actually love to be a storm chaser. Because I find storms absolutely fascinating. I'm both terrified and intrigued of them. Hopefully there won't be too many casualties in the area. I actually really enjoyed visiting New Orleans. I can see why so many people love that place. It's like a melting pot of so many different influences, from like pirates and Spanish influences and French influences. It's really fascinating. I got to visit one of the like pirate alleys there, and it was really cool. And then around the corner there was like a bookstore hidden in a nook. So I really love it there. I want to go back. I heard the French Quarter was flooded already. At least we have modern technology on our side this time to kind of help people prepare. think they were much more active on the evacuations and everything. So I guess we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, I guess I cannot avoid these butterflies anymore. I've colored the sashes. I can't avoid them, so let's see, how do I even want to paint them? That's the big decision that I've been trying to make. I think what I will do is combine them into one group. And then clip a shadow to the layer. That on multiply. Yeah, most of the stuff that happens with Mother Nature, it's hard to really stop it. But one thing modern technology can help us with is prevention and preparedness. Can't say that word. So that's one thing I'll be thankful for. And we have earthquakes going on too in California. So it's been an eventful summer for Mother Nature. I don't think I want to shade these too much. Like all they need is a really just enough shading on them to make them look not flat. Yeah, it's that infrastructure issue that's really gotten the area in trouble. But I'm hoping things have been improved since the last couple of catastrophes that have happened. Alright, butterflies, you don't scare me. I'll probably come back and see how a glowing aura fits on them. And the butterflies themselves on the original painting don't have a lot of shading either. They're just kind of relying on that orange and red contrast to push them. But they have the wing veins to carry them as elements in the original painting. Whereas here, they don't have the wing veins because I was trying to keep them more simple. So, I don't know. Maybe this looks okay. I'll see how I feel about it in a second once I get more of them done. And once we see how that, try out that glow on them and see if a glow actually looks too busy or actually ends up working. Alright, let's try a little glow on him. Butterfly glow. This looks like crap now, but I promise once I do the doctoring, it'll work out. Hopefully. I may be lying. That's the thrill of a live stream! You never know when something's gonna look like crap. Yeah, or your PC's gonna break. That too. See, linear dodge looks interesting. Color dodge. Linear dodge. They're very similar. Yeah, color dodge works. I like that. Okay, I can go glowy. Glowy looks cool. Now let's do a glow layer for the lanterns too. Lantern girl. Oh wait, whoops. Needs to go above the lantern or it doesn't help. This won't need as much Gaussian blur because I want it to retain the shape of that highlight. Then let's try color dodge too. Color dodge. Make this flame look like it's glowing a little more too. I need to draw more candles. They always look so awesome. And they're so dramatic, and they always add a touch of mystery to just about anything. They're fun to draw, or maybe I'm just weird. And just for fun, let's play with the butterfly glow. See if we can come up with any interesting color variations, because like on Lady of October's, which, you know what, I should pull that one up. That's the last one that I finished, and for those who missed that stream, here's how she came out. But her little will-o'-the-wisps here, it took me a while to come up with a color combination I like, but it was a complete surprise that purple ended up working the best here instead of blue. So it's pretty cool to be able to sit here and tweak the colors so you can get them out. But I'm really proud of her. I think the opal came out nice. I learned a lot about painting the opal stone. So she's become one of my favorites from this little gem set. So let's see. Butterfly glow. See if anything surprises us. I have a feeling we're gonna stay in the warm color family though. Even though honestly the blue lights kind of looks interesting. And I say that because it reminds me of like the dead lights. The dead lights of the swamps. Or like the creature in It with its dead lights. Even though she's not supposed to be scary, so maybe blue is too menacing. But it does stand out nicely from the orange. You know what? I think the more greenish blue might actually be a winner. Who would have thunk? Thunk it. Thunk. Who would have thought? Verbs. Meh. Yeah, I like it. So I lied earlier, we're not sticking with the warmer colors. This like greenish blue is actually pretty cool. Now I wish I had thought of that with the original painting over here. Maybe it wouldn't have been too hard to pull off with the line art and not being able to do cool stuff like color dodge on top without a lot of pre-preparation to make these butterflies glow. It's very hard to do in watercolor without a lot of preparation. Cool. We're almost done, you guys. Hooray. And then we'll only have one more sticker to do. I can't believe it. This has been a really fun experiment. I've managed to stay consistent with streaming for way longer than I usually do. So let's color them flowers. That's right. So close. There we go. Trying to remember to put petals in this since it's easy to just kind of smooshy shade this glob of petals. But they are flowers made of tons of petals, so instead of making a soft blend, I want to try and make it imply the petals at the very least, because I really don't want to draw all of them. Like what I did in the original, I went insane. Never again. This piece literally drove up my blood pressure. I was a total mess by the end of it, because we were moving at the same time, and she took like an extra month to complete, and I drove myself bloody insane. So I've sworn never again. But even then, I'm still proud of that piece. I pushed myself maybe a little too hard to finish it. She's one of the few pieces that actually is on display in our house. Because normally I don't like to put up my own work because I just stare at it and think, I need to fix this, this, and this. If I stare at it, it'll just make me anxious because I want to fix everything. But this is one of the ones that I'm just like, yes. I got so close to the mental image that I usually never get close to, and that makes me very happy. Smooshy Schmooshy proofs. Although I think I will reward myself after this full day of video editing for the Kickstarter and promotion and all this stuff with Little Monster Hunter afterwards. Nothing like killing Basil Goose for the stress relief. And if you don't know what Monster Hunter is, or don't know what a Basil Goose is, it is not a goose. It is this monster that is huge. He's a big dragon who... he's known as the Bomber because he'll fly in, and he actually is inspired by a pangolin. So he has all these cool, like, scales attached to him, and he'll fly over everyone and drop all these scales off, but they're not happy scales. They're made of death. Whenever he gets close to the scales, he lights them up and they explode on you, and it is the most annoying thing, but it's also very cool. You know what? I should stream Monster Hunter after this. I might. If anyone wants to see me run around and flail and fight a big Basil Goose, that might happen. I call his scales the Blast Nuggets. And this is the one that I need to fight next is the Basil Goose that is called a Tempered Bagel Goose. He's like a hard mode version of the monster, and I have not been able to beat him yet. But that's because I keep playing with the Switch Axe, which is like this axe that turns into a sword. Don't ask, Monster Hunter weapons are like so animu. But it's amazing at the same time. Alright. Oh no, I gotta do the stems. I almost forgot the stems. So I've made the mistake of getting nearby this Blast Nugget monster of death, and I need to just use a weapon I can run around and stay away from it. Yes, actually the weapons in Monster Hunter remind me of Ruby a lot. Especially, you know, like Ruby's scythe turns into a gun, like a sniper rifle, right? Yeah, Echo, you missed the butterflies. They're glowy. I went with the glowy. But if you want to watch the butterflies happen, you can watch the recording on YouTube. They all get auto-recorded and put up on YouTube after this if you guys ever miss any sessions. and you want to listen to my sweet dulcet tones and hang out with the ghost of me online, you can catch them over there. I'm just, youtube.com/user/angelic shades. It's like my old studio name that I've been stuck with. Here, let me just put it in the chat. Oh god, yeah, I love Crow's weapon. This is one of my favorite weapons. I kind of have a thing for whip swords. So, you know, I love Ivy. I played a cleric of Sune in Dungeons & Dragons who had basically Ivy's sword as a Dungeons & Dragons weapon. It's just such a cool concept. I can't imagine how ever you would train with one though, because you'd probably just like kill yourself if you messed up. It's just a cool concept. Okay. Now we just have the gems on the outside. I'm talking about the whip sword. So let's pull up some reference real fast of Topaz. Which I think is kind of a... Ew. The things that come up on my ArtStation random tab. And I must be hungry because I looked at this and thought like jelly, cherry, cake tarts or something. It's definitely not cake tarts, I will tell you that. And yeah, I think you'd have to use a very padded practice sword. And see, that's a very shiny topaz. Maybe I'm thinking of like the raw stuff looks like almost semi-gloss. See, I don't like the super shiny stones. I'm much more into not faceted, but natural raw stones. Like this whole druzy epidemic on Etsy has been so up my alley. See, I like that. I like this. It's kind of shiny. Yeah, see, raw topaz. Oh man, iZombie was crazy with the recipes that she'd do. Because my husband and I watched that one from like season 1 to 3. We still need to catch the, I think it was the final season. And her recipes would just be mouth-watering looking. And they're like, no, we're not supposed to like that. It's made of brains. Oh hey, I know why this one went faster. I didn't have to color her eyes and like freak out over how I was doing the eyes wrong. Yes! No eyes for the win. I wonder if any fans of iZombie ever did like a fan-made cookbook about how many ways you can cook brains. Someone has had to have done that. That'd be hilarious. And yeah, iZombie is definitely more like CSI, but not that serious. I'd say like it has more of a dark comedy edge to it. Wait, I thought iZombie got canceled. Okay, so tell me, how many seasons is iZombie? I'm pretty sure we have watched like seasons 1 through 3 though. But I swear that they canceled it, which made me sad. Oh man, I wish I were at Comic-Con. Yeah, season 5 being the last one sounds right. Alright, let's put this one on its own layer. Alright, for this one I've kind of got the light from the top left. Let's see, what did I do with October? I can't remember, even though I just looked at it. See, no, that one's top right. Go me for continuity. Ah! Oh, it's stretch break time again already. The zombies are generally the... Okay, so the main character of the show in iZombie is a... isn't she... She wasn't a mortician, she was like a forensic investigator for the police, and she does autopsies and whatnot. A medical examiner, yeah. I think that's the word. There you go. It's been a little while since I watched that one. She's a medical examiner that ends up being turned into a zombie. I won't say how. And she can experience things from the brains that she eats. So she uses that to solve crimes. It's pretty cool. I enjoyed the mystery aspect. And then, you know, the cause of the zombie outbreak is another big mystery of the show. Yeah, it's definitely a show that's very self-aware of the zombie genre of horror and tries to subvert and poke fun at it. But yeah, she basically has to adjust to life as a zombie and what that means when you have this urge to eat brains. Because they're not exactly, like, stupid zombies in this show. Like, they retain their intelligence unless they don't do certain things. Yeah, I've read the original comic that it was based on, and they're very different. Like, I actually enjoyed the TV show a lot more than the comic. Go figure. I may go a little quiet while my brain tries to puzzle out how exactly it wants to paint these amber thingies. This amber thing. So, fair warning. Talks amongst yourselves. This is definitely the definition of art brain bottleneck. Also, iZombie I think is on Netflix if you brain necking. That's cute. It sounds a little like brains making out, but it's cute. But yeah, if anyone's interested in iZombie, is on Netflix and it's worth a watch. I feel you. It's so hot here too. It's like consistently in the 80s or low 90s, and it's humid, and I don't want to be in the outside world at all, but I'm turning into a blob of fat and I need to exercise more. So I'm trying to do exercise inside because I hate the heat. Oh, yeah, I feel ya. Painting on the Cintiq gets really hot because this equipment is blowing out. It's blowing out hot air. So is my CPU. My poor struggling CPU. Temptation. Okay, I kind of like this. I think all I really need are some little implications of texture, because again, this isn't going to be printed that big. Let me see something real fast. Ooh, blue topaz is so pretty. Wow, that's all you get when you type in topaz cabochon. Cabochon? Yeah, I wish the blue topaz were the established color of November, because I really like it more rather than this like weird pea color that regular topaz is, since it's my birth month and I'm just not a fan. Although this one's really pretty. Vintage Shriner Topaz Cabochon. Huh. Yeah, I like all these fall leaf colors together. But I guess I'd rather be a February amethyst, or if moonstone were a birthstone, I would love to be something with more iridescence and magicalness to it. Ooh. That is a gorgeous topaz. I don't know what it is. We're gonna keep it up in another tab so I can look at it later. September is a sapphire. We just finished her a couple streams ago. And sapphires are cool because you can have stars that come inside of them. And they also come in different colors like blue and red. Aw, he shot up in there. But that's okay, the recording's up too. I noticed these ones that I like are smoky topaz. That's interesting. Okay, I need to stop. I'm in a research rabbit hole and I need to go back to the painting. But yeah, check out, if you have time and inclination, check out Star Sapphires. They're the coolest thing. Actually, you know what? Since you missed it, and this is my stream, I can show you real fast how the Sapphires September one came out. Here she is. And I went Star Sapphire because the Morning Glories are have this really cool star pattern in them, and then so do certain types of sapphires. So I thought that was too good of an opportunity to pass up. So yeah, that's her cool Star Sapphires. They're so beautiful. That one was a lot of fun to paint. She took like twice as long as the other ones to color. Alright, I think I'm gonna imply that there's like some veins. Just some texture in here. Then we can put some highlights above it. And that'll sell that this is a cabochon. See if I can smudge without killing my computer. Hang in there, computer. Well, it seems like that line is not lining up. Like the edge of the gem is not lining up with the lines. That's so weird. Okay. No one is probably going to even notice that from far away, but I notice it. Just want it to overlap a hair. Better. I feel better. Okay. Now let's see if I can replicate what the heck I just did on the side gem. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of not as practiced with painting gems as other elements. So this has all been a learning experience for me. We're gonna cheat and just shade this one and copy paste it. And we're going to do that window trick that I showed you guys before, where you create the new window, put it in this side, and zoom in so I can color pick from the same picture and keep my colors consistent here. If anything, doing this series has definitely made me want to do more texture studies. I feel like I could have a lot more interesting elements like gemstones and different textures in my images, but I don't really lean on them that much because I'm just not as practiced with them. So it'd be pretty cool to like get some reference out and start doing some studies of gemstones and interesting iridescent textures, because I just don't utilize them that often in things. Basically study it the same way I'd study anatomy and whatnot like that. Always studying, well, not always, I'm actually kind of out of practice, but I study anatomy way more than I study more abstract elements. Oh no, I've made a jack-o'-lantern face. Oh no, I can't unsee it. They're both jack-o'-lantern faces. Oh well. I'm gonna own it. Okay. I'm satisfied with that gem. I think I probably even got too detailed with it for one that's gonna be tiny. That is just me, I realize. So let's cheat. You guys just can't tell on me, okay? Totally cheating. Yeah, that's true. I'm mostly kidding. It is definitely efficiency. I am a believer in efficiency. Because ain't nobody got time for that. Now let's take a look. I think she is done. We're just gonna stare for a moment and bask. What you talking about? If you can't do complex math in your brain, then you are dumb, sir. And I'm totally kidding, by the way. But yeah, I know some folks who will say that if you can't do it in your head, then look for analysis and stuff. Although I'm still gonna play with this butterfly glow for a second, so let's find the butterfly glow. The same thing happened to me. I used to know how to do all that long division stuff. Although I do have a problem with with numbers, and that my brain has issues processing them. I process them more if I have a visual representation of them, like geometry wise. It's so weird. Like if you say 7, okay, I get what 7 is, but my brain more easily processes the number 7 if I imagine it as 3 dots side by side with an extra dot. Like I think in number groups. It just helps my brain. I don't know if other people are like that. I always thought it was, maybe it's just me. And then so when I'm doing addition and subtraction and whatnot, I'm easier to do it in number groups. Visualizing those little dots. Purple is interesting. Purple. Oh man, this decision is hard. I'm making this harder on myself. That one's nice. I like that one. Orangey. It's the orangey. And then blue. Blue kind of sets off the orangey yellowy because it's complementary. Oh, decisions. What about other folks in the chat? What do you think? I can't promise that I'm gonna, like, dedicate, but it's always interesting to hear what you guys think. always lessen the effect of the color by either bringing down the saturation or even lowering the opacity of the glow layer. The glow layer. Ugh, what a decision. They're trying it with less saturation. Otherwise, she is done, you guys. Woohoo! Give yourselves a round of applause. You were able to stay awake while I was coloring. Hopefully. Or if not, I hope you had pleasant dreams that weren't a Photoshop, because I dream of Photoshop sometimes. But for now, I think even if I change my mind later, I'm gonna leave the glow as this bluish. So thanks for hanging out with me and for your suggestions. For now, I'm gonna call it, but I'll be streaming again on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. This will be the last one, you guys. It's gonna be the Little Lady of December, which, let me give you a little preview before I go. Here she is. She's gonna be fun. She's got these starry elements and all the knotwork and whatnot, all the little flames and candles. So she's gonna be a fun final one to do. And then I'll be done with this whole series. Oh my god! I'm so excited about being done. It's been a journey. It's been an awesome experiment in streaming and actually getting to know you guys better. So, but before I get all mushy, like this is the last time I'm ever streaming, thanks again. I will probably come back. I'll probably come back later today, maybe, and with some Monster Hunter. We'll see. I'm gonna go get some tea and see what happens. Commissions would be awesome, but I have so much to do otherwise to get the Kickstarter fulfilled. I also actually need to make a new commission chart because I don't have a commission chart. But right now I'm just kind of focusing on getting this whole IP wrapped up with my Birthstone Ladies. But if I open up commissions, my Patreon people are gonna have the first try at them. So that's something to remember. And again, if you like the stream and want to see more, consider pitching into my Patreon where you get more behind the scenes look and access to my Patreon private Discord. All that good jazz. And of course, you can throw in a sub here on Twitch too if you're watching on Twitch. Oh, question. So once the Kickstarter is done, yeah, there's another Kickstarter coming up later this year, so it's like it's just a busy year because I'm trying to wrap up this IP. But again, I'm not certain on when I'll have time for commissions. It really just all depends. Just trying to focus on this stuff and really get my own thing built. But who knows? Maybe if I'm quick enough, things will all happen and I'll be actually prepared instead of scrambling the morning of to get videos made. That seems to be my pattern. But anyways, thanks for joining me. I'm heading off for now. So y'all enjoy the rest of your days and evenings, and I'll maybe catch you later. And if you missed this stream, go check it out on YouTube where the recordings of the streams get auto-uploaded. So stay safe, and I'll catch you later. Good night. Or good day.